In this video, I'm going to show you my simple 5-step process for color grading my videos and how I get this particular look right here. And the crazy part is that you could do it all within Final Cut Pro with no plugins or additional effects there. Also, today is a Thursday, which means it's a 3-minute Thursday. It's exactly what it sounds like. We tried to break down a topic within 3 minutes here on the platform when I start the timer. Let's go. All right, before we get started, we need to talk about something real quick. The key to getting a cinematic color grade can be broken down into 2 key things. That's going to be contrast and what I will call white balance. Talking about the difference between contrasting colors like orange and teal, and then between light and dark within an image. And then when it comes to white balance, the most important thing there is going to be how does it make the skin tones look, because as humans looking at skin tones, that's probably the most important thing there. So let's put 3 minutes on the clock and start going through the steps. All right, so step number 1, we need to transform our footage from log to a Rec 709 color space there. All right, so we're going to come up here to the information tab here, and you see camera LUT there. You see a bunch of built-in log LUTs there from your different camera companies here. As I said, I shoot Sony in S-Log3 in the S Gamut Cine profile there. If I click that, that conversion happens, and you can already see a lot of color has already come back into the image here. Hold on, pause the timer real quick. My son just came in the room, they came home from school, and I promised both of them that they could be in an upcoming video. So come here.
Hello everybody. So don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on that notification button.
All right. And I have another one. What are you gonna say?
Thank you everybody that have subscribed.
All right, come on. All right,
subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet.
All right, step number 2 is going to be your hue saturation curves here. We're going to add those because, as I mentioned there, everything I want to be balanced to my skin tones there. So if I come in here and I select hue saturation curves there, the other thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my vector scope there to make sure that the skin is on the flesh line there. So if I Command 7, that's my vector scope there, and then I want to come into my effects and choose a draw mask. Drop the mask on here, come back to my effects to get it. Let me turn that off there for a second. And then I'm going to mask out this portion of my face, trying to exclude the eyes and any of the hair on my face there, just to get a good portion of skin so we could see it on the vector scope there. So boom. Pull back up that vector scope there, and as you can see in this situation here, I'm already pretty much on the line there. If this line was off there, what I would do here is come to the dropper tool, use the hue versus hue curve there to shift the colors there. As you could see, if I went here, that'd make it too green. You could shift it off the line there, bring it back to that line there. And then the second part that I want to do is add some saturation specifically in the skin there. So I'm going to use the hue versus saturation there. Select the color that it is that I'm looking for. And I'm just going to push some saturation here just to lengthen out this line there just a little bit there. And if I undo the mask here, you could see it's a subtle change there, but you could see it brings up a little bit of brightness there in the skin and just shift the colors around just a wee bit there. We're going to add our color wheels. It's time to add our color into the image here. I'm going to do just a basic teal and orange thing here, but a couple key steps here for you. So I'm going to add the color wheels here. Add color wheels, and then the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a color mask. That's because some of the colors that we're going to add, I don't want it to affect the skin tones there. So come here, add color mask. You're going to get the dropper, and I'm just going to try and select the skin as best as possible there. I'm going to view mask and see if I could dial it in here as best as possible. Some of the lamp and some of the orange lights in the image is going to get picked up there. That is natural because it's in the same range of the skin there. All right, so that's our mask there. And then what I'm going to come in here is go outside the mask, turn that off there, and then I'm going to add some teal into the image there without affecting the skin tones. And then to create that orange and teal look there, I'm gonna come back inside of the mask. I'm gonna add a little bit of orange into the skin tones there, giving it that nice orange and tealish look there. And if I toggle that on and toggle that off there, you will see what we have there. Next up, we're going to use our color curves and go into the other contrast there, which is going to be our luma, our brightness from light to dark there. I use the curves because it does give you a little bit more smoother adjustment there rather than using the wheels there. So come here, and now we're going to add color curves there. I like to use my waveforms when it is that I'm adjusting this here. And we're going to use pretty much a basic S curve to put some contrast into the image there, just to give it a little bit more punch there. So I bring this up here, up to the line there. That looks pretty good. And then on my contrast there, I want to smooth that out just a bit there. Maybe still bring back up some of my mid-tones. That's about good there. And then I also like to fade out the blacks there. It gives it a little bit more of a cinematic look. So I'll just raise those up a bit, just a little bit there, and that way we could kind of add a little bit more there. And now adding that just added the contrast back into the image there. All right, and then we're just going to come in with a little bit more adjustment there. I'm going to add another hue saturation curve there, and this is just going to be to smooth out the skin tones just a little bit there. So we're going to come back in here with the dropper again and go to our hue versus luma curve there. And I'm just going to drop that down there. You see that white line there on the face that's making it a little bit too much there. I'm just going to pull that down there, and again that also helps to add a little bit of saturations there, specifically into the mid-tone there where I need it. So then in 5 simple steps there, we have gone from this to this to this, and that's how you have your cinematic color grade there. Now, one bonus tip there, once it is that you have gone through these adjustments and dialed it in specifically for you and your situation and your skin tone there, what you want to do is go ahead and save this as a preset. If I come here and you come to this spot right here, it says save effects preset. We're going to call this Creative Tech Lab Cinematic Color Grade. You're going to save that there, and then you drop it on to any footage there that you need to. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video and the 5 steps there. However, I always get a lot of questions here on the channel on how it is that I get this particular look here. If you want to see the breakdown on the camera, the lights, the settings, and everything that I'm using here, which will greatly affect your color grade anyway, because the starting point, go ahead and click this video right here, and I'll see you over there in the next one. Big up yourself. Peace.